What's up everyone, it's your boy Mastermind and welcome back to my channel. So today this video is the first of its kind here on the channel and it's something that I've always wanted to do for a long time. In fact, I actually want to give a personal shout out to MetalJesus here on YouTube for being the inspiration behind this video. So thank you MetalJesusRocks and keep up the good work, my friend. So when I was on vacation about a few weeks ago, me and my girlfriend Lauren decided that we wanted to do a mini road trip around Central Florida and pay a visit to all the best retro video game stores that it has to offer that we could do in one entire day. And let me just say it was both an educational and fun adventure, and we both left with some really awesome stuff, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video to see what we got. So first up on our journey is a place called Cybertron Video Games. Now, unfortunately, the manager was not in the store during the time of filming, but one of the employees was nice enough to let us film and help promote the business.
Hello, I'm Sean from Cybertron Video Games. So yeah, that's the store. That's what it is. And we have one in Sanford and one in Winter Park. And if you want to contact us, we have a Facebook, or you can hit us up at cybertronvideogames.com. We have a website where we sell a bunch of video games and everything.
So as Sean mentioned, there are two Cybertron locations, but the one that we went to is the Sanford location on Reinhardt Road. He was also nice enough to show us some of the rarest items in the store at the time, which includes this copy of Albert Odyssey Legend of Eldine for the Sega Saturn. And as you can see there, it is in pretty good shape with the foam piece and manual. Also, a few more rare items include a few N64s you see there. They have the clear blue one from Japan and the Hey You Pikachu N64 as well. And along with various retro games ranging from Atari all the way to the Switch, which by the way pretty much all the stores we visited have, this store also sells things like action figures, a beautiful variety of video game pixel frames, Funko Pops, and one of my personal collectible obsessions, plushies. Also for sale are board games, gachapons, aka Japanese capsule toys, mystery boxes and candies, and of course cold beverages, especially the Ramune marble soda, which Lauren loves. And real quick, since Lauren loves Sims games, she also showed me this copy of Sim City for the Super Famicom, so that's pretty super cool. Next up, we took a 21-minute drive from there all the way to Longwood to check out another gaming spot called Royal Empire Gaming. Now, I gotta admit, this place is kinda hard to see from the street, and the storefront doesn't really make it stand out from the other stores around it, but if you see this sign nearby that says video games, then you know you're in the right place. And when we got there, at first the owner did not seem inclined to chat with us on camera, but he did let us film around the store, so that was certainly greatly appreciated. However, after deciding to pick up some items and posing the question again, he agreed to help us promote his store on camera.
My name is Braulio. I'm the owner of Royal Empire Gaming out here in Longwood in Central Florida. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram. We're also on Twitter and Snapchat under the name Royal Empire Gaming. You can also reach us at 407-416-7124.
Here are some of the items that are showcased in the front as the most valued or sought after items in the store. One of my personal favorites in there, as you can see, is Donkey Kong Country 2 for the Super Nintendo. As you can see, along with games, they also have accessories for the NES and the Wii, a few collectible figurines, and something I don't recall seeing at the other store, strategy guides, as well as this beautiful array of Guitar Hero controllers that is so lovely. Something else that also caught my eye when I was browsing is this Mortal Kombat Classic Limited Edition Fight Stick for the 360, which also includes the arcade ports for the first 3 Mortal Kombat games. I also found this thing that I didn't know what it was at first, and it's called the Radio Shack Pocket Repeat, which apparently is a cheap 80s knockoff of the Simon Memory game. There's also this item from the Destiny games that just looks so incredibly awesome. And perhaps the most coolest find besides this Sony CRT Trinitron TV is this. This is the Sharp Nintendo TV, which was first released in Japan back in the mid-80s and then in the US in the late 80s to mid-90s. And as you can see, it has a built-in NES in it, so all you have to do is just insert the game on the bottom part and then plug in your controllers on the side. And reportedly at the time, this had the best quality picture compared to just hooking up your system separately to a regular TV, and gaming magazines at the time used screenshots taken from these TVs. Unfortunately though, it still had the lockout chip, so unlike the Japanese version, you can't play Famicom and NES games on it. But anywho, just nice to see a piece of history in this store, and definitely a great find for our trip. I also want to again shout out Braulio, the owner of this store, and show him some love because he gave me and Lauren something special as a parting gift, which I will be showing you a little later on in the video, so be sure to stick around for that. The next store on our journey is one that I've actually been following for a while called Hudsons Video Games. So when I first discovered this store, it actually was at this spot on South Orange Blossom Trail in Orlando. Now, there's nothing at that spot but the word video games written on the building now. Anywho, it then moved into a smaller spot inside the Florida Mall across the street before eventually moving again to the next spot we visited, the first branch on the second floor of the Altamont Springs Mall. By the way, there is also 2 other locations in the Oviedo Mall and in Daytona on International Speedway Boulevard. Now, once again, the manager was not there at the time of filming, but one of their employees was nice enough to show us some of the coolest things this store has to offer. As you can see, there are some SNES games that he says are in hot demand. There's also this region-modded N64 from Japan, and at the front of the store they have this Japanese GameCube that they also modded to play US games. There's also these Marvel figures which are not typically sold in the store, but still thought that was really, really cool. There's also this pretty pricey PS1 game, Tales of Destiny 2, for about $500, and even though it wasn't on sale at the time, he was also nice enough to show us this rare item, the Game Boy Micro.
In the entire time that Hudsons Video Games has existed, give or take about 5, maybe 6 years, this is only the second one that we've ever seen.
Wow.
And this one's in really nice shape. Normally the buttons are really worn down, and that port is super janky, but it's clean still. It has the original faceplate on it. All the buttons are nice and clicky still. The switch, all the pins are in good shape. It's really cool to have something like this in such good shape in the store right now.
Another cool feature that the store has to offer that you don't always see is this gaming station, where you can sit down and play some retro games for a bit. And as you can see, they were displaying the Retron SQ console, which can play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. They also had the Retron 5 on display, as well as an NES, and of course, the N64. Some other awesome stuff include comic books, t-shirts, figurines, Funko Pops, and perhaps another cool item near the back is this steampunk-style Spider-Man statue. That is pretty impressive. And as you can see here, they also have a community calendar, so you never know what kind of events that they may have that you can participate in. It's pretty cool stuff. One final mention is that they claim to pay a bit more than their competition, which, judging by the logo, you can pretty much figure out who that is. Now, I've not brought in anything recently to verify that, but judging from previous experiences, I can say that you do get a decent amount of store credit as long as your items are in good shape. So that is Hudsons Game. It's not a bad place to check out if you happen to be in the Altamont Mall. Definitely highly recommended. Now on to our final stop, which was a teeny bit of a drive from the Altamont Mall. Now, the last leg of our journey brought us to Gamers Inc., which is located on North Alafaya Trail in Orlando. This one, I have to admit, out of all our stops, has the most interesting stories and interior decorating, and by looking at their business logo, it kind of gives you a bit of a hint as to what I mean. Now, unfortunately, once again, the store manager was not there during our visit, but after multiple attempts to reach out following our visit, we learned that he is a very busy man, which again is totally understandable, and he doesn't really like to put himself out there due to people trying to take advantage and get special deals, which again, totally respect and understand. Now, despite that, good old Corey was nice enough to show us around and give us some insight into the store. So first up is the hot box, as they say on the front left-hand side, which houses all the most sought-after and rare games on display. As you can see there, they have some SNES games like Turtles in Time and Maximum Carnage, along with some PS2 games and some PS1 games. Another amazing find is this still sealed in plastic Funtastic Ice Blue N64, still in the box. That is truly a sight of beauty. And of course, if you ever need a recommendation for a game, you can check out Corey's pick at the register. So aside from games, like other stores, there are plenty of other fun things to buy. One thing right away that caught my eye is this collection of VHS tapes and DVDs. It's not very often that you see cassette tapes sold in stores these days, but it was definitely a treat to see these, especially all the classic Disney movies that I grew up with, like The Mighty Ducks. There were also other favorites from mine, like Titanic, Demolition Man, Batman Forever, of course can't go wrong with Back to the Future, and my favorite Christmas movie perhaps, Jingle All the Way. As you can see, they have pixel frames, plushies, candies and figurines, and these fake Pokemon cards. Corey says that they're meant to be used for building decks and practice before you go out and buy the real cards. Up front at the register, they also have these Tamagotchis and pop culture watches, as well as a beautiful selection of Nintendo amiibos. So remember how I said that Jingle All the Way is my favorite Christmas movie? Well, among their collection of action figures, I found the Turbo Man action figure used in the movie. That is amazing. There's also these classic limited edition Pokemon Burger King gold plates, total throwback there. And speaking of Pokemon, they also have these 24-karat plated Pokemon bills. Absolutely gorgeous. They also have lanyards, cool beverages, and strategy guides. Now, one of the other cool items that I have to highlight in this video are their unique collection of pins. So not only can you buy lanyards, but you can also stock it up with some fun pins to wear on them. One of the funny ones that we found are these sexy Pokemon pins. I have no idea how or who made these, but yeah, there you go. Now on to one of my favorite parts of the video to talk about this store is the illustrious interior decorating and display items all around the store. Now, one of the things I learned about the current owner is that they were a big Nickelodeon fan growing up, so there are all these neat Nickelodeon items that are on display all throughout the store. And again, these are not for sale, just display only from his personal collection, and as someone who did not know some of these items existed from back in the day, it's just amazing and truly a blast from the past. Also on display is this lovely N64 officially licensed Super Mario Kart telephone, which, again, did not know existed, but is amazing to look at. Another interesting item on display is this custom-designed Xbox 360. Now, one of the employees actually told me that the previous owner was a big University of Central Florida Knights fan, so he had the skin of the 360 custom-made to show support, and it was left behind for the new owner, so pretty awesome stuff if you love the Knights. Speaking of things left behind for the new owner, there is an interesting story behind this light-up custom-made Majora's Mask sign right behind the register wall.
Okay, so when the new owner bought the store, that was one of the things that the previous owner made sure that he couldn't get rid of. In the actual contract and signing of, like, changing hands of the store, that sign is part of the store. So technically to sell the sign, the new owner would have to sell the store with the sign. The original owner never wanted that sign to be sold. It was just one of his, like, personal, like, super important, like, custom pieces that he made, and he very specifically designed it for Gamers Inc. He tied it into the contract that that is part of the actual, like, store itself.
Also, you may have noticed this mini Heineken TV as well, which, by the way, works, and they have the remote for it, too. So there's a controversial story behind it since it was reportedly only released to liquor stores for a short time as a promo item and not for sale.
And we had a friend whose family member was actually a Heineken brewmaster at the time that this TV was supposed to be a thing. He confirmed its existence. He is the one who told us the story about Heineken reaching out to Zenith and had these TVs for liquor store promos. And there were some liquor store owners out there that refused to return the TVs. They were like, I'm not giving this back. This is a Heineken TV. It matches my store. Why would I get rid of this? And then throughout the years, that was a long time ago. Those liquor stores have either closed, sold their TVs, lost their TVs, and then just so happened that our current owner because he loves to go like thrift shopping and all that stuff, he just so happened to come across this TV one day.
So remember how I said it was controversial? Well, there's conspiracy theories online about how this TV has a connection to prisons.
The prison conspiracy, like the people in the CRT community fandoms that 100% refuse to acknowledge this television as a legitimate item, their biggest and most followed conspiracy theory around it is that prisoners were literally smuggling out whole entire televisions out of the prisons and then rebranding them as Heineken TVs.
So there you go. Interesting bit of history there. And as I mentioned before, there are tons of decorations all around the store. Many of these things I learned are actually things that were either made by customers and local artists that were donated as a gift to the store, or even things that the owner picked up along the way. Now, another fun fact is that some of these items, like the perler bead creations, are actually sold by local artists through the store. So basically, they show it to the store through social media, and then if they like it, they will sell it in the store for the price quoted by the artist, and then when it's sold, the store only keeps 15% as a processing fee. Again, just another neat way to show off creativity and pretty much uniting the gaming and local community. Well, after a full day of shopping around Central Florida, we ate dinner and then headed back to the hotel, where I will now show you what we both picked up. So while at Cybertron, I picked up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch, which, contrary to the sticker, was actually sold at a cheaper price in the store. I also picked up Resident Evil 4 for the PS2, WWE Crush Hour, Tekken 5, this rare game, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge, Shrek Super Party, and 3 Final Fantasy Polygon figure mystery boxes. And in them I got Tifa, Reno, and Red 13, although I do hope one day to get the rest and complete my collection. Meanwhile, Lauren got herself a Princess Peach plushie and 3 Nintendo DS games. She picked up Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Sim Animals. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that the owner of Royal Empire Gaming gave us something special. Well, here it is, some sweet store swag. I got the hoodie and Lauren got the t-shirt. So again, he didn't have to do that, but it was a very welcome gift and a big shout out to the store for making our visit extra special. So while at Royal, I picked up Disney's Think Fast trivia game for the PS2, although in retrospect, I should have read the back of the box since you need the buzzer controllers to play this game. I also picked up MLB Slugfest 2004, Primal, a game I am completely unfamiliar with, Pac-Man World Rally, a really fun racing game, TMNT, and something special that me and Lauren bought together, this limited edition Star Wars Xbox 360 Connect bundle. So as we open up the box, it came with these two games, this beautiful R2-D2 skin console, the Kinect sensor bar, the beautiful C-3PO wireless controller, and of course all the necessary cables. Now, at first there were a little bit of technical difficulties setting it up, but once we did, I had to record Lauren's first time reaction to it. One thing she also pointed out to me that I did not notice beforehand is that on the opening part of the disc tray is this quote from Princess Leia, as you can see there, which, again, another lovely touch and an awesome choice addition to this beautiful system. Lauren's picks from Royal Gaming also included some Wii games. She picked up Star Wars, The Force Unleashed 1 and 2, Disney's Tangled game, Sim Animals Africa, The Sims 3, and Disney's Sing It, the family hits. Finally, at Gamers Inc., I got Spy Hunter 2 for the PS2 because I finally beat the first one and I want to see what's next. Also picked up Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia for the 360 now that we have one. Finally, me and Lauren got two lanyards that you see there. The Mario one is mine, and she got the Hercules one since she loves the Disney movie and the fact that there aren't really a whole lot of Hercules merchandise out these days. And of course, we also picked up some pins. These are the ones that I got. The Dexter one is for me, and the Powerpuff Girls one will be a Christmas gift for my mom. And these are the pins that Lauren got. The first, obviously, is the car from Ghostbusters. The second Game Boy Pokemon one she got for me, followed of course by Poe Dameron and BB-8, and ending with a Game Boy that says, "I don't play games." Well guys, that's pretty much going to do it for me for this video, so thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, comment, share this video, and subscribe. And by the way, if you know any other cool retro gaming stores in Central Florida that we may have missed, let me know in the comments section. Also let me know if you enjoy any of the ones I mentioned, and if you plan on stopping by, tell them that Mastermind sent you. So until next time, this is your boy Mastermind saying I love you all, and I hope you have a blessed day. Take care.